Really don't mind if you sit this one out. My words but a whisper, your deafness a shout. I may make you feel, but I can't make you think. Your sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sink. So you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick. And the sandcastle virtues are all swept away in the tidal destruction, the moral malaise. The elastic retreat rings the close of play as the last wave uncovers the newfangled way. But your new shoes are worn at the heels, and your suntans rapidly feel, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick. And the love that I feel is so far away. I'm a bad dream that I just had today. And you shake your head, you said it's a shame. Spin me back down the years and the days of my youth. Draw the lace and black curtains and shut out the whole truth. Spin me down the long ages, let them sing the song. as the sun plays on the infantry returning from the sea. The doer and the thinker, no allowance for the other, as the failing light illuminates the mercenary's creed. A bonfire burning, the kettle almost boiling, but the master of the house is far away. As he is standing, their warm breath clouding in the sharp and frosty morning of the day. And the poet lifts his pen while the soldier sheathes his sword. And the youngest of the family is moving with authority, building castles by the sea. He dares the tardy tide to watch them all aside. Quietly grazing at the grass down by the river, where the swelling mountain water moves onward to the sea. The builder of the castles renews the age-old purpose and contemplates the milking girl whose offer is his need. The young men of the household have all gone into service and are not to be expected for a year. The innocent young master, thoughts moving ever faster, has formed the plan to change the man he sees. And the poet sheets his pen while the soldier lifts his sword. And the oldest of the family loads of fun as you smile at everyone. You meet the stairs, you're unaware that your doings aren't done. And you love most ruthlessly as you tell us what not to do. But how are we supposed to see where we should run?
I see you shuffle in the courtroom with your rings upon your fingers and your downy little sideys and your silver buckle shoes. Laying at the hard case, you follow the example of the comic paper idol who lets you bend the rules. You rise up from the pages of your comic books, your super crooks, and show us all the way. Well, make your will and testament. I want you join your local government. We'll have Superman for president. Let Robin save the day. You put your bet on number one and it comes up every time. The other kids have fall back down and they put you first in line. So you finally ask yourself just how big you are. Can you take your place in a wiser world, a bigger moon to come? In the clear white circles of morning wonder, I take my place with the Lord of the Hills, and the blue-eyed soldiers stand slightly discolored in neat little rows sporting canvas frills. With the jock straps pinching, they slouch to attention whilst queuing for sarnies at the office canteen, saying, "How's your granny?" and a good old Ernie copped up a tenner on a premium on wing.
to pick up your dead, as the sins of the fathers are fed with the blood of the fools and the thoughts of the wise, and from the pen under your bed. Well, let me make you a present of song, as the wise man breaks wind and is gone, while the fool with the hourglass is cooking his goose and the nursery rhyme winds along. Castles, kindly state the time of the year, and join your voices in the hellish chorus, mark the precise nature of your fear. See the summer lightning cast its bolts upon you, and the hour of judgment draweth near. Would you be the fool stood in the suit of armor of the wiser man who rushes clear? So you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick.